is to be human. And entrepreneurship is something we're almost born with. You know, David Brown said entrepreneurs are born, not necessarily made. And some people have that natural enthusiasm. How can we uncover that and help them on the journey? Because it's a very human process. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
But it's also not easy. We need to be careful not to over-glorify and romanticize entrepreneurship.
So I'd like to go back to what the late Jim Mason was talking about when we started Geeks on the Beach. We were thinking of a way to put the Philippines on the map. So I think, of course, as Filipinos, we have some national pride. I think. But put that in context, what Earl was saying a while ago, like you go to Davos, right, and they meet there, and they turn a World Economic Forum into a World Technology Forum, and basically they panic and they realize what's the next growth engine, and that happens to be technology. So in a way, right, everyone there who does economic policy, they decide this is what is needed, and then you go here, Geeks on the Beach, every year, we actually come together and say, these are the solutions. Every entrepreneur that you create is actually what a startup is all about, right? You can't have a startup without an entrepreneur. I think it's really awesome that Startup Weekend is here because everyone can point back 2011 as like when everyone was saying like, what happened to the Philippines? Where did all this startup activity came from? Everyone can point back to that seminal moment in 2011 where we had the first ever Startup Weekend in Manila. So from there, like I think Jay Fajardo was describing where the entrepreneurs that were created there eventually became startups, and that's where Idea Space and Kickstart and all these other ventures came together, and that actually started this whole thing. So Dave was describing, in a way, Geeks on the Beach is like a hangar, like if all of us are doing different things, different parts of the ecosystem, but every year we come together and we just like chill and do a pulse check and say, what have we been doing? So it's very good, like people mentioning we have a roadmap. What did we do to that? So in a sense, if we didn't have this, there would have been no accountability, right? If we never met once a year, we could never check on each other like, hey, what happened to that roadmap, man? Did you turn that into a t-shirt? Right? So in a way, it's good to have this annual thing so that all the promises, the commitments that we make to people, to government, to all these entities, it kind of like puts you in the spot and actually see, hey, are we actually moving along? So hopefully, like Dave said, like it's 20 years, but hopefully every year that we come back here, we actually some change and we actually celebrate. So in a way, this is also one-way accountability for everyone, but at the same time, it's also a place to celebrate small victories. So for example, we now have a National Innovation Hub via Kubo. So we see that. We now have Techstars and Startup Weekend. They actually have an APAC summit here. That's a significant milestone. It's like we were saying, let's going full circle. This whole thing was started on Startup Weekend Manila in 2011. And now an APAC summit of them, all these other Startup Weekend organizers come back to the Philippines and in Bohol. So it kind of gives me shivers and goosebumps. Like, whoa, we're actually maybe doing something good, right? And this is a place we can celebrate those small victories.
Just to jump on from a global perspective, outsider's perspective, like Geeks on the Beach did put Philippines on the global startup. So
yeah, thank you.
I can easily.
So we did something,
so congratulations, right? And thank you for everybody who is supporting and helping champion that message as well.
Yeah. Well, I would like to talk about two things. Basically, entrepreneurship and change. PLDT has been a leader in developing the entrepreneurial sector for the past 8-9 years, and our thrust is really to grow this segment of the market because it is a big factor and contributor to the economy. And the other thing is change in terms of understanding the business market, the marketplace, and technology. like what I said earlier, I mean, PLDT itself has changed. We used to be a long-distance telephone company. Now we're transforming into a technology company. Because if you don't change, then we might, the things might not turn out well. And when it comes to the startup community, we realize that this is where change may come from, or will come from. And we want to support this community because we want to, one, provide a venue, an infrastructure, a platform where the whole community can get together more consistently and really help these startups develop their ideas and develop their platforms and develop their businesses so that they can actually grow and become full-fledged business companies, right? So this is what we want to happen. This is our contribution to this community, right? And hopefully this is something that I can work with the rest of the group with in the coming months and years.